In today's video, we are going to have a look at the macro view of Bitcoin, and we are going to have a look at this specific chart, and I'm going to explain you what this specific signal is telling us. We're going to have a look at a tweet from Bob Lucas. I'm going to share with you this chart and this chart as well. So guys, let's jump straight into it. And first of all, guys, if you like these videos, make sure to leave a thumbs up. That's very much appreciated. And right now you are looking at the daily time frame from Bitcoin. And what I basically want to show you with this chart is the premium index, which is an indicator over on willporter.com. You can use this indicator in multiple ways, but what this indicator basically shows us is whether the price on derivatives exchanges is higher or whether the price on the spot market is higher. So whenever this one goes in the green, the price on derivatives exchanges is higher, or actually with a premium, and whenever this one is down, it means the spot market is higher, which basically means that this indicator says that once we enter this green zone, there's more speculation going on the derivatives markets, and once we enter the red zone, the market is more spot driven. And that's very important to note, because when a market is spot driven, it means there's less speculation, it's more healthy market conditions, but also most of the time it doesn't really. It results in markets having a higher probability of going to the upside. Let me show you what I mean, okay? So we had a period right here, like this is a very nice period to see. We had a period right here where we actually had negative premium index, red bars, and eventually we can see the price just went up the whole time. Even we came a little bit in the green right here, we just continued to go up until we have a very high reading in the green, which means that there's a big extreme in speculation going on, right? So we have a small correction until this becomes a little bit spot driven again. People are more scared, they use less leverage, they trading on the spot, or buying or selling on the spot more. Then the price goes up again, speculation starts again until that goes to a certain extreme, and then the price comes down again, because often speculation is a indicator that retail is entering, that things are getting overheated, that much leverage is being used, open interest is most likely pretty high, and that all needs to be reset. Otherwise, there's too much pressure on the stove. So if we, for example, just have a look at the open interest, probably it was pretty high. Yeah, that's already what I expect. It was pretty high when we come down here. So this needs to get down, because the open interest is basically the amount of money that is stuck in contracts right now. And the higher this amount is, guys, the more pressure there is. So whenever a price moves a little bit direction with a big pressure, things can go super quickly. And probably these were most of the time long positions, this open interest. And you can also see that with the selling pressure right here. So whenever this is really high and there's a lot of long positions open, the price just has to go a little bit down for a lot of positions to get negative or maybe get stopped out. And this is calling, this can be a long squeeze where the price then just comes down. But generally there are multiple things at stake right here, because we have long squeezes definitely appearing if we look at this data, but also the market needs to cool down after such a extreme move. But what I basically want to say with the premium index is that the negative premium index right here is actually pretty positive for Bitcoin, because when we have such a long period of negative premium index, it basically shows that the market conditions for Bitcoin are actually pretty healthy and have a higher likelihood to eventually result to the upside rather than to the downside. So let's go to the next chart, guys. This is from Bob Lucas. As you guys know, I follow Bob Lucas already quite some time. He's a very good analyst. He's implementing a lot of time analysis into his things. Definitely give him a follow if you didn't do that yet. But what we can see right here is that Bitcoin is basically like really stepping up, similar as it did in previous cycles, right? We had the all-time high. So this was the first all-time high. Let's say that was in 2013. We had a bear market that was roughly 1 year, maybe a little bit longer. We have the bear market low, and then we slowly grind to the previous all-time high. Bam, we break it. We go into an acceleration phase of the bull market, and this was the ICO boom. The ICO mania. I've been here in crypto. I was with crypto right here. It was a really crazy time. Couple of months where everything just went up. You didn't want to be pessimistic during this time. You just want to buy and just want to look for long positions. You don't want to short. You basically just want to expect the market to continue to go up, and once extreme euphoria hit, you really want to make sure you get out, because the market will reverse sooner or later. So this was my first bear market. Then we had it was also similar, like a one year bear market till the lows. Then again, we had a slow grind up to the, not super slow, but we had a slow grind up to the previous all-time high. Note that this one is a little bit different. We had a first early rally correction, rally back to the all-time high. Little bit different than what we have seen in the first bull market. But generally, if you really zoom out right here, it's quite similar. Slow grind to the previous all-time high. Until we break it, bam, we get acceleration again. This was the crazy times again where everyone was talking about crypto. But again, this moment will reverse as well, and the price will get below these levels again. It will see a significant correction. But now we are actually doing the similar thing. We also go slow grind to the all-time high. We're consolidating already quite a while around here. So everyone is slightly different. So this one is different than this one. And this one is also different. But if you really zoom out, it's a slow grind to the previous all-time high. So what I'm trying to get at here is that the structure right here, maybe not in a shorter term time frame, we can still see corrections, but from a macro perspective for the course over the next 6 to 12 months, it's actually looking very, very good. And if we look, for example, right now, consolidating at the previous all-time high with not that much selling pressure going on, and we have a long period of time with a negative premium index, then that only increases the likelihood for this to result to the upside. We entered this formation also from an uptrend. Also increases the likelihood statistically that this will resolve to the upside. Again, guys, there are no certainties in the market. We shouldn't look for certainty, because if you want certainty, you're going to lose. That is just part of trading psychology. The more certainty you want, the more you actually will lose, and the more you will feel you don't have any control. And the less certainty that you want, and the more risk that you accept and uncertainty that you accept, the better you will be able to deal with the market conditions, basically. So when we have a look at the 4-year cycle, because this is basically a 4-year cycle, I will show it here a little bit better. But we can see on Will Portal that we are not yet in the red zone. We definitely have 1 year or so to get there. 16-year cycle, one theory that I was been talking about, doesn't, like, we're almost ending the red period where we actually should top during this cycle. I don't think right now it looks like we are in a 16-year cycle. Of course, in hindsight, it's all possible that it was, right? That maybe this was the top and we eventually going to go lower. I don't think that that's the more likely scenario, definitely, because a 16-year cycle, as I mentioned also before, is a very early acceleration, and then top. And I would expect some, like that top, I would definitely expect to come with a lot of fireworks. So when we look at Google Trends, for example, like a peak interest in people interested in Bitcoin and altcoins and anything, like hypes that we have seen in this period or hype that we have seen right here. But we haven't seen that yet. So the structure right now definitely looks more like a regular 4-year cycle, which is basically a 3 years up, 1 year down. 3 years up, 1 year down, 3 years up, 1 year down, 3 years up. And right now we are actually halfway. We are a little bit over the half. So we have quite a while to go, maybe 6 to 12 months. And this most likely will be one of the best months as well, of the best period to be actually active in this market. So, of course, the very best period to invest is this period, because if you invest in this period, you have the low, you get this grind up, and you will get the most return on investment, the most ROI, the most profits based on your investment. However, if you didn't do that, if you have not been investing during this time, then this is actually the best time to enter the markets and to be active in the markets, because once we are entering that parabolic stage of the bull market, this is where most money is made. So for example, right here, I've entered, I think right before we broke the previous all-time high, I've entered this crypto space, maybe a little bit late. I'm not sure on the date exactly when I entered, when I really went full-time crypto, because somewhere right here, I went full-time crypto. I actually already bought a little bit crypto right here, but I didn't understand it. I was not really busy with it. So I would say the moment I went full-time in crypto was right here, where I just dropped everything and just said like, okay, I'm going to make my career out of this. I'm just going to watch videos, read books, everything, and my life is going to be about crypto. That was right here, and I remember that right here in this bull market, I've made a lot of money, and that was not because I've invested so early. No, that was because in this period everything went up. So there was just crazy moments where you could invest, you could get like a 10x on your investment in a couple of weeks time, and at 10x suddenly you drop in another token and it would do another 4 or 5x. You know, these were really crazy times. And yeah, you can even consider working with crypto, right? Doing something that can actually earn you some side money to play with in these markets. But generally, guys, the message of this video is that the position of Bitcoin right now is very good. It looks like we are following the trajectory of a regular 4-year cycle, and when we combine all these data points, stuff like it looks like that even though in a shorter term time frame this can definitely come down, like we have been saying as well, like we actually have been saying that Bitcoin is going to see a correction right here, which it's doing right now. So again, Will Portal actually has been proven to again showing the right information. That was roughly right here where we said like, okay, most likely we are going to see a correction. We can roll over, and we are rolling over. We maybe go a little bit lower. We maybe even go still to the bottom of this range, to the support of this range. That is all possible within the structure, but still eventually leaving this range to the upside. So that's just what I'm trying to say. We can be bearish in the shorter term time frame. We can get to 52, 53. That's all possible, but it's still more likely if we look at all the other data that in the broader terms right here. So when we really zoom out and we go back to that weekly time frame, the BLX chart, switch to daily please, that this one is eventually going to resolve to the upside. And how it is going to look on a day-to-day basis, of course there will come ugly corrections and there will come a lot of traps, of course, but generally speaking, I think the chances right now that we are in this part of the bull market is pretty significant, and we shouldn't neglect that. We should definitely see that potential, and whenever that will be invalidated, we also should act quickly and change our opinion. But so far, it is actually looking pretty good. We're also with exchange data. So it's not only the structure, not only the time, because we have the structure, we have the time, we have the pattern, we have the trend, but we also have live data that is basically backing this up, which is pretty good. So all of that combined definitely gives us a good risk to reward ratio for more potential upside in the next 6 to 12 months. Guys, that was it for today's video. If you all enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button, guys. It's very much appreciated. Subscribe down below. Make sure you have the bell icon on so you'll get notified whenever I upload a new video. I want to wish every single one of you a beautiful day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.